Hey guys, here we go. I'm going to make a tutorial on how I extend the full snake belly so I can use just 2 looms to make the full way around my wrist. This is Justin's Toys made a video on how to lay it out, and he uses 5 to 7 looms. 5 looms for a kid's wrist, 7 looms for an adult. Obviously, not everyone has that much money to spend on looms, considering they're like 15 bucks each. So I figured out a way to do it on just 2 looms and just extend it like I would extend a normal bracelet, where you pull it off, lay it out, and put the piece you pulled off on to extend it farther. It's very complicated because this bracelet, it stretches the span of 2 pegs instead of just stretching 1 peg length. So when you lay it out, you've got to figure you're going to have to pull it farther. So this is a method I came up with. I don't know if anyone else has done this, but I figured it was something worth showing people. That way everyone can make a snake belly if they have the patience for it. You're going to need 10 bobby pins. Bobby pins are awesome for this because they hold the ends really well for you. I do it in like 2 layers, so I know which one's the short end and which one's the long end. This is 1 loom length here. So here we go. This is how I'm going to show you how to do it. First things first, you gotta know how to do the snake belly pattern. It's simple to lay out and simple to loom. It's just extending it and having the patience for it. So first things first, you gotta know what pattern you're gonna do. So this is the pattern I'm gonna do. I put it in the middle of the loom so I can figure out where I'm gonna lay my extension loops. See, these are the loops. When you get to the end, this will be under your pattern. When you get to the end, I am going to use my other big base plate. I kind of connect it so it's a crossways. Go like that. And then, so this row gets pulled to the end, and this row wouldn't, because this would be where it would stop. But then you'd have to dig through to figure out where you're going to put your bobby pins. So I put loops on that match my pattern, so this would actually pull all the way to here. So it just extends it by 1, you know. And then I can bobby pin these 5 off. They don't match up perfectly, obviously, but it just gives you something to hold on to. So your first challenge is figuring out what you want your bracelet to look like. This one, I made several snake belly bracelets. I love the pattern, I love the way it looks, I love the way it feels. I was trying to come up with a natural snake belly so it actually looks like a real snake's belly. So this is like probably a python belly. My next challenge was going to be how to get a diamond shape, like a diamond pattern, but I got distracted by other things. So I haven't done a snake belly in months. So I literally just sat downstairs for 25 minutes trying to remember how I used to do this so I could give you the tutorial. So here we go. So the first thing is figuring out what your pattern's going to be. So my pattern, I always start messing with it in the middle of the loom so I can figure out, well, this is going to look like this, and you know, where you want your colors to go. So this is my pattern. I laid it out. This row is the row we're paying attention to, because this is actually the bottom, because obviously you loom, or you lay it out with the arrows pointing away, and then you turn it around. So this is the bottom. So see how we have a turquoise, a pink and blue, 2 purple, pink and blue, and a turquoise. That's going to be the row we put as our extension loops. So I have a turquoise, a pink and a blue, 2 purple, pink and a blue, and a turquoise. Now I'm going to take these off because this was just temporary, so I knew what my colors were going to be. Pink, purple, and blue. Now you would just lay out your pattern just like you normally would. So you do your thing all the way up, except this first panel we're doing is actually the end of the bracelet. So you're going to need to know how to end it. And it actually ends in like a point, but it turns out looking flat. So you're going to have to watch his video. Well, what I'll do is I'm going to lay out mine, and then I will come back. Because I can't lay out mine without the picture, the screenshot I have on my phone, which is recording the video. So I will lay out my pattern, and I will come back, and I'll show you what it looks like as the first panel. So I will be back and show you what it looks like. So there is my layout. Here, let me hold it up. There we go. And then this is the end of it. So you've got to taper it off to a point. And then this will be the end cap that's like here. But it doesn't matter what color you use here. I use 2 bands because it gets pulled really tight, and I've had the bands break and it ruins the bracelet. So I always use 2 bands on this instead of he does a doubled band and it'll break. It's gonna break. It breaks every single time. So I stopped doing it that way. I always just use 2 bands, and then when I get done with my bracelet, I actually thread my hook through all these little loose ends here, and I just all these ends, these ends, these ends, and then these ends, and then I cut this off and just replace it so it's not ugly. But don't use a double band here. Use 2 single bands or it'll break. Now we can turn our loom and start looming. Now I'm not going to show you how to do this because it's not my pattern to show. I'm just showing how to extend it. So here's our little loops. They're under here, and this will be, I will come back when I get to this point to show you how to use these guys. So go ahead, lay out your pattern just like you would. This is going to be like, his is 3 looms high. So it's like, or 3 looms high. So this would be the last part of it. That's what I mean by the end. So, which is actually the beginning, I guess, when you turn it around. So go ahead and lay out your pattern, and make sure you've got your loops underneath. You can put them on afterwards if you forget. It takes a lot of. I didn't even bring my hook up. That doesn't make much sense, does it? It takes a lot of, you put it on top and then you've got to get your hook under there and pull them under. So make sure you put them on before you do your pattern. So I will be back when I get this loomed up to the point where these guys start happening. So I'm going to stop like on this row. So I've loomed up to this point, and this is what I'm going to show you here too. This band, I think double banded, and see how far it's stretched? It's going all the way over here, to up here, to down here, to up here, to up here. This would have definitely broken if it was double banded. And generally, when I get to the point where I've loomed these first few and start doing my actual pattern, I take it off so it doesn't have to sit there stretched out for so long. And that's how this has this weird shape here. See, you can see how it goes up, and then that's because that's this band here. So don't worry about this band, it's coming off later. Okay, so I've loomed up to this point, and of course when I started, since it's been so long since I've done this pattern, I completely forgot the green ones, so I had to undo like 2 or 3 rows to go back and get the green. And you want to make sure you always pull in the same order that you did. That way you don't forget something. So we're going up to this row now, which has the loopies. So I'm doing purple, purple, pink, blue, pink, blue, and then green, and green. And then this row just goes the same way. Guess I didn't have to come back as soon as I thought. Purple, purple, pink, blue, pink, blue, and then green and green. And you can kind of see it's really tight, so it will start to pull your loom up on the ends. Mine hasn't started doing that yet. When you do the one with the bars like this has, it gets really tight, and it really pulls on the, I was having to pull the edge bands off as I went because it was pulling so tight. Okay, so now we're gonna put our extra little row on here, which is, this is the first part of how to extend it. So see, I need to pull purple, and there's not a purple here. So I go in and I grab one of my purple loops. Oh, I shouldn't grab it from that side. Don't grab it from the back, grab it from the front. Okay. And get one. And first we have to pull the bottom of them on here. So we're going to act like we're setting this up just in the other direction. So I'm going to do blue. See, I got confused already. Blue's going to this peg. Then there's going to be a blue on this peg. Because we did our V, blue first, and then we did purple. So purple goes on top of the blue. This is very important because if you don't do it in the same order, you're going to have a funny spot in your bracelet. So you have to think, I put the blues down first, then I did the purple on top. So there's the purple on top. And then we did the pink on top of the blue. So you gotta grab your pink. And it's gotta go on top of that blue. And then we gotta get the pink, and we want it to be on top of this blue. So go, I know you guys can't see really well. And then that goes all the way over here. And then the green goes on top of that pink and goes over the purple. And then the green over here. I can't see what I'm doing. It's dark in here to me. Okay, so green, and then it goes on top of the pink. So we have our same pattern. We've got the blue V, then we did the purple that's kind of in like a upside down V on top of that, and then we did the outside in pink, so it's sitting on top of the blue, and over here same thing, pink, and it's sitting on top of the blue. And then we did the last part of the W, the green, which is on top of the pink, and it's sitting on top of the purple. And then it's on top of the pink, and sitting on top of the purple. So, we have that. Now we can loom, just like we normally would. And this just gives us an extra little row. So this is actually extending this. This bracelet is actually a little bit longer than what his would be because I add an extra row every time. So then you just loom like you would. You just got to figure out which ones are on top because I don't necessarily go for that when I'm doing this. So purple, purple, and then pink should be on top. And it goes all the way over here. And then blue goes over here. You kind of got to make sure they don't pop off. And then pink. And then your blue. And then your green. Or whatever your colors are. It'd be helpful if you're doing the same colors, but you don't have to. Now we grab our bobby pins. We need 5 for this one, and then we're going to tie off the other 5. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, hey, look at that. I grabbed 5. Now, what I do, I can't get comfortable so I can see what I'm doing, but not be in your way. Okay, so I'm going to go down through each of these guys, and you got to make sure you get all of them, because you don't want to miss a loop. And then down through all 4 of those, and then these 2 on the end. So make sure you got all of them. Look and see, I got all 4, all 4, all 4, and then 2 and 2. This one's just on the wrong side there. So there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I pull them up and I bundle them together. So there's one bundle of 5. Now I'm going to bundle these together, that way I know that these are the long ones. So I just take a loop and just go around the ends of all my bobby pins. So those are my long ones, and that can come off now. Now we have to trap these guys with our other 5 bobby pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I thought I was going to get 5 again. And you just do the same thing. Go down and make sure you get all the bands. Whoop, missed one. You gotta get them all. Okay, and then look and make sure you got all 4, all 4, all 4, 2 and 2. And then we can take those and pull those off. I didn't bundle them the first bracelet I did, and I got mixed up which ones were the end ones that needed to be out. So that's why I bundle them now, and it really helps keep track of which ones are which. So now these I just leave out. Now to take this guy off the loom, it is very tight, so I do the outside row, just to make sure that they don't break. And same thing. Now you can pull the rest off. Just go really slow because these bands are stretched really far. And I need my pulling off thing, and I don't have it up here. I guess we'll just have to do it with this. This hook is much thinner, so it's bendy. Ugh. Just take your time when you pull them off, basically. because you don't want any of these bands to break. I can't do it with this hook. There we go. Apparently this is just going to take forever to take off. Oh, crap. Like, look, it's bending my hook. I'm going to have to go downstairs and get my other hook, because I can't afford to lose this hook. I like this hook so much. Okay, I will be right back. Much better hook to pull things off with. Doesn't want to bend. This is one of my favorite hooks for doing like little eyes and stuff, because it's easy to pull bands that are wrapped around the hook off onto another band. So I can't lose that hook. This guy is much sturdier. Now we shouldn't have as many problems getting this off. Ugh, I don't really like this pattern, but I guess I'll keep going. There we go. And then you'll see what the end looks like, too. Okay. Well, I guess it's not too bad. It's not my favorite bracelet, but... So this is what it's going to look like on the top. Kind of blah, but oh well. It's my first snake belly in months, so I couldn't remember how the colors went, how they would end up. So, and then this is the bottom part. This part goes towards your wrist. And then this is the funky end. You can kind of fiddle with it. Make sure it looks right. This one's all twisted up. Huh. Oh, the other one looks like it might be twisted too. Oh well, whatever. So, there is our first part, which is actually the end of the bracelet. Now, what you're going to do before you set up your loom again. Why do I have these on here? Where did these come from? I don't know. Huh. Weird. So. Shoot. I didn't remember what. Okay. So. Now, before we set up our loom again, which way are we doing it? We're going to have to put our little loopies on again, the way we had them before. And we're going to have 2 rows, because they go on before we put this on. So, hold on, let me get back to you when I figure out where I'm going with this. Hold on. So, now when you set up your second set, we have to put loops on 2 rows at the end. This is, the arrows are pointing away from me. This is where we're going to connect this guy. So we have to put 2 rows of our loops. And then we're also going to be extending it one more time, so we need 1 row down here. So on your top 2 rows you want your teal, or your turquoise, blue and pink, 2 purple, blue and pink, and turquoise, and then again turquoise, blue and pink, 2 purple, blue and pink, turquoise. And then at the bottom, where we're going to be extending it one more time, we do turquoise, a blue and a pink, 2 purple, a blue and a pink, and turquoise. So we have that set up. Now you can set up your whole loom, except we're stopping at this 3rd row, because these guys are actually going to stretch into the pattern. Okay, so go ahead and set up your loom for your third or your second run. So oh, I already need more bands thrown up here. Purple up, some more pink. This time you guys can go ahead and watch me set it up. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm not telling you how to do it because it's not my pattern to tell. I'm just doing it. Okay, pink. And in this pattern, you want to make sure you lay your bands in the same order every time. It just makes it easier when you go to loom, because you can know which side to look for. Start a little bit. It took a while, but I'm getting back into the rhythm. I didn't think I would ever forget how to make this bracelet. Wrong way. Almost there. This is, when we do this, this is where it gets complicated. When we do this part of the extension. Because you have to weave them in just like you were, like they were there the whole time. Ow! That fucked up and hit me in the eye. Oh, no, 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 no. Get back on there. It's a funny shaped one. And that's why it was funny shaped, because it was going to break. Haha. Okay. One more row. Whoops. Wrong way. I almost did it exactly again. Okay. One more row, and then I will show you how to put the bracelet on there. Okay. Pink. and green. At least this is just a demo bracelet. Bracelet. Okay. So, now we're going to put this guy on here. And, this is where it gets difficult. You want to pull your ones that are bundled down, because we're working with the first 5. And we're going to go like this. This doesn't seem right, but whatever. And you just got to make sure you get all of them on there. Oh, poop. I need... I'm going to use another bobby pin to get in here so I can pull it open. Same thing with this one. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh no, get back on there. Can't lose those loops. Or then we'd have to somehow manage to squeeze them through here. Okay. And then this one with the purple and green. Oh, gotta make sure we get them all. There we go. And then the pink. Okay. So there's those guys. I'm going to push them down, but I'm not going to take those pins out yet. Bobby pins. Well, I suppose we could. Go ahead and take out those bobby pins. Here's hoping this is right. Okay, now these we can take off our rubber band. We can take it off. Come on, there we go. Now these are going to stretch to these pins. So, you want that pink one. Then this one goes around this peg, like that, and goes on this one. Gotta open those up again. Gotta make sure you get all of them. And then this one goes around this peg and goes on this one. Okay, this one, whoop, goes around this peg, and you gotta open it up again, and then this one stretches all the way over here. Okay, so this is what we've got. So you can sort of see the pattern already. We can take these out. Once you're sure you've got all the bands on there, you can take your pins out. Don't pull them off if you don't have all your bands on, or it'll be a disaster. Okay, so push them down so where you can reach them, and then you can pull them out the bottom. And you also have to make sure you don't lose any of those loops. Now, for the fun part. So this bracelet does take a long time to make this way, because you gotta do this extension. And we get to do it again. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to do your little bobby pins. And I'm going to use that band again. So since it's all stretched out, we can't use it in the bracelet, but I can use it to wrap my bobby pins again. So, what is that? Another broken band. I keep a little... it's the bag that my Rainbow Loom bands came in. I keep that as a little trash bag because I got dogs and I don't want them to eat any bands. Now, we get to weave these loops, into the pattern. So, just like we did on the other one, we're going to grab the blue one, but we want it on the bottom. And we're going to go like this. Wait, no, we're going to do the first one first. Try to do your pattern just like you were laying it out. So, like I go this way and then this way. So I'm going to grab the blue one, grab the blue one. Come on. There we go. And it goes here. Grab this blue one. It goes here. Because you got to make sure you do it in the same order or you're going to get a funky spot in your bracelet. And then I do my purples. So I'm going to go purple. And then purple. And then the pinks go over here. So pink. And pink. And then the green goes over the purple. Green goes over the purple. And then we gotta do the same thing, except we gotta watch where these bands are. Let's see. Blue. I think it can just go under. Does it go under? Let's see. You can look at your pattern up here to see how it goes. This is going to be pulled. Hold on, let me figure this out. I will be right back. I think I got it figured out. Ugh. So, we pulled the first row. And it's just simple. You just pull it back to where you would be laying your bands. This one, we have to act like these aren't here yet. So, it's going to be the blue ones. And you got to go under there. Oh, this one first. Blue to its peg. And then blue from this side over. And then when you get to the purple, that's when it gets complicated. You want under these blues. So you want to go between these blues and get one of your purples. Doesn't matter which one at this point. I just want to get it on there. Okay. And then same thing on this one. We want under these blues. So we grab our purple under, and then it goes over these blues. Okay, now we need our pink, so it's got to go from underneath, but goes over this green one. Oh, and then this pink, same thing. It goes under here, but over these green. I already pulled it. And then the green, let's see, we want it to be over these pinks that we just pulled, but under those other ones. I can't grab. Would you get back over here? There. So it's over these pinks. It fell off my hook. I hate you. And same thing. You want it under these guys, but over these guys. So you gotta reach between. There we go. See, that was the hardest part of this. Now, we're going to turn our loom, and you're going to start looming just like you would before. And we're going to stop on this third row here. I don't know how long this video already is. I guess I'll start doing it, and we'll see. So it's purple. Whoop. Get off of there. You gotta lift up on your bracelet so you can see you need to get the ones that are on top, obviously. So if you lift up your bracelet when you put your hook through, you can kind of see. And these are backwards than normal because I didn't particularly care. I just wanted them on here. Purple. Oh, poop. Let's see. Now I've got to try to catch it again. But it's got to stay in its position. See? Shouldn't have been showing you. There we go. Whew, that was a close one. Now pink and then blue. This is the hardest part, is getting the correct bands when you start your extension. And then blue. Ooh, and don't break. Don't break, don't break. Don't break. Okay. And pink and blue. Come on. Pink and blue. Okay, then green. Can't forget the green. Green and green. Okay, so there we go. That's how, it's just difficult getting the right ones, and we should have our pattern going. So now just keep doing your pattern, and I'm going to stop here, and we're going to do the same thing we did for that other extension. So, I'm to the point where I'm going to be making my extension again. So we're going to do our last row. Okay, so there's that last row. So we get our extra set of pegs out. Squeeze that guy on there. Then we got to do this thing again. Blue and purple. Come on. No, no, no. Can't see. There. Purple. Pink. Pink. And green. Oop, got it between. Okay. Okay, so there, those are pulled out like they're an extra row. Turn it around again. Get to where I can see what I'm doing. And then we're gonna do this again. Gotta make sure we get whichever one's on top, which should be that guy. Okay. And you just kind of gotta pull it so it's around the peg, since they don't line up right. And then pink. And blue. Pink on this side. Don't do that. And see, this extra pin bar doesn't want to stay because it's so tight. Get out of the way. Make sure those are pushed down. Okay. So pink. Now I need blue. Goes on that one. And then the last ones are the greens. Now I'm going to try to hold my loom while I do this, since that pin bar wants to pull out. Okay, so grab your 5 bobby pins and tie these off again. And you just gotta make sure you get all 4 loops. Looking as I go, so I don't have to. Okay, and then the outside 2 I only have 2. So make sure you've got 4. Yep, got them all. Now we can take those off. Whoa! I shouldn't have put it down. Last one. There. Now we can take that off. And we go. Oh, no, no, no. See how tight it is? Well, it's okay. Just don't lose the 5 you've got are going to be the ones that are bundled again, so grab your little bundling band. Okay, now we can put the other 5 bobby pins down through these guys. So 2, 4, 4, and 2. And then just check, make sure you got all those guys. Man, it is really collapsing my loom. See, it wants to pull it all together because it's so tight. All my bases are coming off. So make sure you got 2, 4, 4, 4, and 2. Got them all. Okay. Now, I'm going to start pulling off these edge ones first. Well, first go ahead and pull those guys off. Get back out here. That's what it does. It's because since they're pulled across 2 pegs, they're really, really tight, and it wants to compact the whole loom. Now when I made this bracelet with the bars across it, I mean, it was doing that so bad I couldn't even loom. So I was having to do a couple rows and then pull off the edge bands as I went. And even then it was still really, really tight. So pull off the edge bands first, and that'll loosen up your loom a little bit. Okay, try to see if I can do this with my left hand. I can't, it's just going to take too long. Much faster with the right hand. Okay, now, see, it loosened up my loom a little bit. Now I can put this guy back in. I don't know where that came from, that's a little scary. All the base plates back down. There we go. Now we can take our hook to pull this off, and it seemed like if I pulled on this, it came off a little easier. So like pull it that way, and then you can there we go. So there's the inside, and see, this is where we extended it before, and if you did it right, it should complete your pattern. You shouldn't have any mess ups. So if you wiggle it a little bit, so that's the inside, which I think actually almost looks cooler, but it'd be kind of curved up if it was out. So there's the inside, there's the outside. And then this last extension we're going to do, this is the second extension, the third part of the bracelet. I have marked on my loom, I was going to say, wait, there's not enough bars. I have marked on my loom with just a band, the middle peg. And basically I just took a band and went whoop and wrapped it around. So this is my middle peg, because I only need about half more. So when you do your final extension, I'm not going to show you again because I think we get it. So you're going to set up your loopies, which I have to clean up my mess over here. Let's see, we need them. We need the 2 rows up here of the loops. So it's teal, pink and blue, 2 purple, pink and blue, and not teal, turquoise. And then we do that again, turquoise, pink and blue, 2 purple, pink and blue, and turquoise. And then I'm going to make my last row, this row that I've got marked as my middle, because I only really need that much more. Because see how long it already is? That's more than halfway around my wrist. So I just need a little bit more. And then I did just a little bit of an extension. This is going to be the same length, hopefully. I just needed a little bit of an extension in the middle to get it to fit over my wrist. And that basically is just for the stretchiness of it. So it just is that much short. So I'm going to put my next row of loopies here. So turquoise, pink and blue, 2 purple, pink and blue, and turquoise. There. And that's where I'm going to make my final extension and then tie off. And you can, if you want, do the pointy thing again for the end, but this actually turns out pretty flat, so I'm just going to make it flat. I just stop and tie them all off. So that's what we're going to do. So go ahead and we're going to start. This is the second to last row. So this is where you're going to start your pattern this time. So it's going to be like this. All my bands got mixed up. Pink. Pink. Green. And green. So that's going to be my last row, is the one that's underneath the looped ones. So it doesn't take much to extend this last extension. It only takes a few rows because we only needed it to be a little bit longer. This is still recording, right? Because that would suck. If I'm doing all this talking and no one's hearing me. Nobody in here but me. Now, I don't know, I don't know if anyone else has noticed. It seems like my base plates don't want to stay in as much as they used to. And I don't know if it's because I use my loom so much. But, I mean, they don't hardly want to stay in at all. So, I don't know. I'm almost to the point where I want to screw them down to a board and just have it so I can move my rows. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. But it seems like I'm constantly having my base plates just fall out. I'll have to ask on Facebook, see if anyone else is having the problem. Why do I keep wanting to go the wrong way? I don't know. Okay, so then we would put our bracelet on again, just like we did before. You got to make sure you don't lose any of these loops, and then you want to do the loops that are not bundled together first, and they're on this row, and then the bundled ones go on this row, and then you just got to pull these out like you are laying them out, which technically I guess we could just lay them out and then put these on top. No, we can't. Don't do it. Because these have to be woven through funny, I think. So, go ahead and attach your bracelet, and then you're going to just loom up, and then when you get to the part where we would normally have to use this thing at the end, you don't need to this time. It's just going to get pulled up to this row. So, I will be back when I get this on and loomed up, and then I'll show you how to finish it off. So, I've attached it, I've loomed all the way up to the end. Now it's time to do the thing with the loops. Which technically I guess we didn't really need to do. We could just tie these ends off. Do I want to do it? Well, it'll make it one row longer, so we're going to go ahead and do it. Even though it apparently probably was not necessary. So go ahead and pull them out like you were setting up your rows. But this time we don't have this is where we would use this bar, but we don't need to this time. Pink and pink and green. Make sure you grab it. Okay. So really that was kind of pointless, but oh well. Let me loom our last row. Purple, purple, pink, blue, pink, blue, and green, and green. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bobby pins like we always do, and this time we're not going to bundle them. There's one. Make sure you get all four. Two. Three. 4, and 5. So that's half of them. Now we've got to get these ends too. So 5 more. 1, 2, 3. Wants to get caught. 4. Just make sure you get all the bands. And then one more. There it is. Okay. So now, all the ends are got. Now we gotta pull the side off again. we're just going to pull up on all of these guys. Make sure they're all up. All 10. It's difficult. Oh, man. I guess I gotta get it started. It doesn't want to. Okay, now I should be able to get them. Oh, I need to pull the other way. Maybe. There. Okay. So that should... Whoa. be long enough to go... Let me take this one off. Mostly around your wrist. If you have a small wrist like me. And it's a little... I should have done a whole loom. Oh well. If you're a kid, it'll fit. So I'm going to have just a longer extender piece between. But that's fine, because I don't think I'm actually going to wear this bracelet. I don't like the colors I chose. So now I'm going to show you how to end it. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hook. I'm going to use my little crochet hook that got all bent. It's mostly straight now. And then you're just going to go through all of these guys. All the ends. Doesn't really matter which ends you go in first. I'm going to try to do pink. Then pink. Then the blue and purple. I'm going to try to do them in pairs. You just got to make sure you get all of the bands for each one. You have to push the bobby pins out of the way. There's that one. And then the blues. And you can just pull on it to make sure you get all the bands. And then the other blues. Push it down a little bit. And then purple and greens. And the other purple and green. Oh, that's blue. There it is. Whoop. And then the pinks and the pinks. So we have them all on the hook. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take any color. I guess I'll do blue. You're going to do a doubled band. You're going to hook it with your hook. The crochet hook is much better for this. And then you're going to slowly pull through all these loops. Just do a little bit of time to make sure you get it through all of them. And you'll know you didn't catch any if you got just blue on the end there. And still just blue, and still just blue. And now we can grab that other end. And now we can take our bobby pins out. Because we have all the bands, or at least we should. So we can take these guys out. And if you miss one, this is where we'll find it and we can catch it real quick. So let's look. Make sure no bands are going to fall out. Looks like I got them all. So now we can make just a doubled chain. I'm going to just keep using blue. And I'll do 3. So 1, this one's 2. Well, this one we're not going to count. So this is 1, 2, and then I'm going to do one more on this side. And if you've got a C-clip handy, use that. I don't think I have one up here. So for right now, I'm just going to stick a bobby pin through there. Make sure I get both halves. And then I'll just C-clip it when I get downstairs to where all my C-clips are. It's probably not going to be big enough. So now we're going to do the same thing on this side, except we're going to catch the ones that this blue band is going through. So it's going through here. Then it's going through the turquoise. Again, to check to make sure you got it. Pull it, and if you can see the whole blue band, you know you got it. And there's a purple, and there's purple and blue, and then it goes across, so then there's another blue, and then purple and turquoise, and then the last turquoise. And then you should be able to kind of pull it, and you can see that whole blue band back there. And if you can turn it, yep, we got them all. You can look down your hook and see that they're all gotten. And now we're going to do another blue doubled band, and we're going to pull it through all these guys. So through that one, through those guys, through those guys, and through the end one. And then we're just going to catch that end again. And kind of pull it so it's more centered. There we go. And then, oh, my foot's asleep again. Then we're going to do 3 more doubled blues. So 1, whoop, I got tangled up when I did that. Aha! That's why I got tangled up. I grabbed one by accident. I gotta go back in to this doubled band. There. I grabbed one of these bands when I pulled that through. So you gotta make sure you don't do that. There we go. So that's 1, 2, and 1 more. Hopefully it will be long enough. It might not be. And 3. So just to see if it's long enough, I'm going to go ahead and grab those with my bobby pin. It's going to act as my C-clip for right now. Oh, or not. It's not going to be long enough anyway. I don't think. I think it's going to take 1 more on each end. Which is cool. Easy enough. Stick it back through. You gotta make sure you catch both of those ends. There's 1 and 2. Okay, I'm gonna grab 2 more of these guys. So we'll add another one to this end. Then I'm going to add another. You want them to be even, because you want your C-clip to be in the middle, obviously. Add 1 more to this side. I think that should do it. Just put them both on my hook. that'll work. So that'd be how long this extension is going to be. Apparently I should have just gone all the way to the end of the loom. For my third section, I should have just gone ahead and gone the whole way. Whatever. Like I said, I'm not going to wear this bracelet anyway, so... because I don't think the colors look that great. So, there you go. That's how you would make a full snake belly bracelet, and then you would just cut these off. So there. Full snake belly bracelet on just 2 looms. So you would do your beginning one, the first one you do, I'm just going to go over this real quick. Move these guys. So, the first one we did, this one, is actually the last, it's actually the end of the bracelet. It's not the beginning, it's the end of the bracelet. So if you want to watch Justin's Toys video, I can't talk, go about halfway through his video, because it's where he's finishing laying it out, and then he's gonna turn his loom and start looming. You want to do that part, the end part of the bracelet, as your first part. And then you're gonna do a full extension, or a full loom, and then if you've got a bigger wrist than me, I've got pretty small wrists, so I should have gone the whole way on my third one. So, to get all the way around. So, there you go. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. And you can kind of plan out where the colors are going to be in the bracelet. Let me take this thing off. So, when we were laying them out, we were going, I'll show you real quick, so you have an idea of where you're laying out your colors. We did this. Or I just did. I don't know if you did the same colors as me. And then pink here. And then green is the other part of the W. So, this is how I had my layout. So you can see on the bracelet, it actually looks like this. So, the blue V is out this way, the purple is down, the pink is up this way, and then the green is this way. So you can kind of plan where you want your colors to fall when you're planning your colors. I basically just grabbed colors I thought would look good together, and I didn't really plan out where I was going to have them in the bracelet. See, I think it would have looked better if the pink was on the outside and then the green on the, or the turquoise where the pink is. But this is how it turned out, because I couldn't remember how the colors fell in my bracelets. So, there you go. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. Like I said, I was trying to make some really natural snake bellies that looked like real snakes' bellies. So I've got this one where it's basically the brown, the light brown, or dark brown is going in the V up, and then the V down too. So it's actually 2 sets. And then I did, obviously I did black going here, and then the tan going out to get this wider middle part. So, I mean, it's just however you want your bracelet. This one I did half jelly and half opaque. So I did like the opaques in the M shape, and then the jellies in the W shape. So it kind of mixed a little better. I thought that kind of looked cool. So, there you go. Just some pointers on picking colors. And how to pick how your pattern is going to lay out. So hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully that helps people that want to do the snake belly but don't want to buy 5 or 7 looms, because I've got 3 looms now, and that to me is I would keep buying them if I had $1 million, but I don't. So I've worked my way up to 3 looms, but 3 looms is $45. So, you know, 5 looms, 5 times 15, and 7 looms, 7 times 15. And I think my first loom was actually $17. I don't think it was $15. It was before they lowered the price. So this is so you only have to have 2 looms. Thank you for watching. If this helps you and you make a snake belly with my extension thing, and watching Justin's Toys videos, post it to my Facebook page. You don't really have to, but if you do, that's cool. Thanks for watching.